What's up, my looming pandas? It's me, Aubrey, and today I'm teaching you how to make the double zigzagged bracelet. So I actually made this design up all by myself, and I actually really like it. It's actually really cool how you can just do something on the loom and it turns out really pretty. I've been wanting to make this tutorial for so long, and a subscriber reminded me about it. They asked for a tutorial, and I am so happy to give it. I really think it's super cool that I created a zigzag inside of a bracelet. It looks really pretty. I do not have a band count right now, but there will be one in the description below. So just to find out how many bands you need for this. It's a super easy beginner design, and I think it looks super pretty if you're a beginner. So if you guys also want more details about this bracelet and video, you can go check out the description also. Make sure you subscribe, like, and have all notifications on so you know when I post a new tutorial, short, or post, or even a live. So let's get started in this bracelet, which I think we should have the purple one out for inspiration. I'm first getting my rainbow loom out. Make sure you have your loom in a staggered position and make sure all your arrows are facing away from you. You're also going to need a hook. I'm doing a pink bracelet, so I'm going to use the pink hook. And your colors. I think I'm going to use these pinks, and let's do a dark gray. I think a dark gray would look super pretty with this. Okay, so let's get started in this bracelet. I think it's going to be super fun. Alright, to start this bracelet off, we're going to be making the border. I will be posting a tutorial about how to do the triple single, and a lot of them have this border. So if you watched any of my other videos, they probably do have this border. So I'm just going to teach it to you again. So you're going to take your border bands, which in my case it's gray. You're going to start right where the V starts. You're going to take a single band and go from the middle peg over to the left peg. And then you're going to go from this left peg and you're going to go upward. And then go from this pin and go upward. And then go from this pin and go upward. And then go from this pin and go upward. We're basically going to repeat that step until we get all the way to the top. So I'm going to speed this part up. I made it to the top, and now I curved. So I basically took one band and I took it from this band and went back into the middle. So now I would say to push down all of our bands just to make sure we have the most band space to put more bands, because I will tell you we need this space. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing we did on this left side and do it on the right side. So you're going to take another band and go from the middle peg and go outward to the right peg. So you're going to go from this pen to this peg. I'm basically going to repeat how I did it on this side, but on this side, and I will show you how to do the rest of it. Okay, so then you're going to take one more band. This whole thing is single banded, by the way, until I say no, not so. Okay, so you're going to put your band here and go upward, and you're just going to keep going upward. So take your band, put it on here, and place it upward. I'm going to speed this part up. If you want to rewind, you can, so you can see it repeated. Okay, I'm at the top, and as you can see, I haven't did it yet. So you're going to go from this pin and drag it up into the middle again, just like that. And it makes this kind of like, I would say, a baguette shape. So now we're going to press down all of these bands on the right side as well, because I will tell you again, we do need all of the space we can get. Okay, so we should be done with the border for now. Oops. But don't put it up just yet. We still need a little bit more of it at the end of the video. So now I'm going to go in with my pink. I'm going in with this pink right here. And just follow along. So I'm going to take some pink. And now here's where it kind of gets a tiny bit tricky. So you're going to take one band. And I know this is kind of weird, but you're going to go from this middle peg and drag it to this left peg. I know it's just like what we did, but then we'll not do that anymore. You're going to take another band and put it in this middle peg here. You can really grab it from here to here, but it's easier when you're doing it like this. So you're going to go put your band in the middle peg and drag it downward to the left peg. Then you're going to go from this middle peg and drag it upward to this left peg. So it kind of makes a Z kind of sideways. Then you're going to go from the middle peg and drag it downward to this left peg. And then you're going to take another band and go from the middle peg to the upper left peg. And it's making this zigzag. So you're going to go from the middle peg and go downward to your left. And then you're going to go in the middle and go upward to your left. And then you're going to go in the middle and go down to your left. And then you're going to go in the middle and go up to your left. So it's basically just these little zigzags. I'm just going to kind of do this part a tiny bit faster. Okay, now that you're at the top, you're probably wondering what to do. Basically, you're going to go from this middle peg and go downward. So I know it's kind of overlapping, but it's not going to look bad after. Now I would say to push all the middle pegs down. Just push all of these middle ones down. The side ones don't really matter. I only like to push down the middle ones for some reason. Okay, so enough of this color. We don't need to use this color anymore. If you do still want to use the same color, you can use the colors of your choice. I just like doing this like 2-color one. I think it looks really pretty this way. So make sure your loom looks like this. I'll give you a little slow version of this. So that's how your loom should look. Now I'm going to go in with my other pink. And you're going to take another band, and we're basically doing the same thing, but on the other side. So you're going to go from this middle peg and go to this right peg. I know it looks like it's overlapping this border, but it's not. And then you're going to go from this right peg and go into the middle. And then go in from this right peg into the middle peg. And then this right peg into the middle peg. And then this right peg go into the middle. By the way, it's creating the zigzag. You just keep going and trying to connect it to the nearest middle peg. So you're going to go from the right peg into the middle peg. And then you're going to go from the right peg to the middle peg. And then the right peg to the middle peg, and just keep doing that until so on. And now that you're at the top, once again you're going to go from the right peg into the middle peg, like that. So now that all your bands are placed, it should look like this. All of these X's. So now that we're done basically laying out our design. We don't need the colors anymore. Like, I don't need my pinks anymore. But then you're going to turn your loom around so that the pegs are facing toward you. You're going to take your border band again, and I told you we needed it again. You're going to go from this middle peg, you're going to do a figure 8 like this and wrap it back onto itself. Now it's time for our hooking process. So what we're first going to do, we're going to go in through that cap band, and we're going to grab the top band, which should be one of your X colors. It should be going to the left side. And then we're going to go through this teardrop and grab the top band, and then it goes into this middle peg. You're going to go through that teardrop and grab the top band again. So it should only be my pink color and this like pinkish purple color. Then you're going to grab the top band again. And as you guys can see, it's kind of forming the actual, like, the starter bracelet chain. That's why I called it the double zigzagged chain bracelet kind of thing. I think it was chain, I'm not sure. I think it was chain, but it's like a double zigzag chain bracelet. So you're just gonna basically keep going in this pattern. So you're gonna grab the top band. I think I'm going to be coming out with a video on how to fix your mistakes sorry, I was not in frame, your bracelets. So I might use this bracelet as a model on how to do it, but like different hard bracelets, like to see if you can actually fix it. Because some of you guys doubt yourself and then you're like, dang it, I had to restart my whole bracelet. Let me know in the comments if you think that would be helpful, because I feel like it would help a lot of you guys if I came out with a video on how to fix your mistakes, because it's pretty easy. 99% of the chance of the time you can fix it. Just let me know. Okay, you're gonna continue grabbing the top band. A tip of mine, let me just show you. I zoomed in all the way. A tip of mine is I like to go into the teardrop and go to the side, because I know I'm grabbing the top band. I'll show you again. I know I'm grabbing the top band, so I'm going through the side and I'm grabbing that band, and then boom, go into the side, and it works on both sides. As you guys can see, I'm just going in on the side. My hook is huge when it's zoomed in all the way. Sorry, I kind of went out of frame for a second. I'm normally not looking at the camera. Okay, so once you get to the top, you're going to go through it and just grab it like it's a normal band. That's really all you have to do. It's really simple. So then you're going to come back down to the bottom, and I'm just going to show you again. You're going to go through this cap band. You're going to grab the top band, which should be your colored band, not your border band, and it should form this teardrop. Then you're going to go through it and grab the same color and just keep repeating that. So it's kind of hard when you have to go through a ton of these bands, but it's not that hard. So as you guys can see, I'm going through the side, I'm grabbing that band. This time we're just grabbing the bottom band when we go in the middle. But see, I'm going through the side, and then I grab the bottom band. I'm going through this side. Right here, I'm going through the side. And then I grab the bottom band. We're going to show you one more time. I'm going through the side. And then I'm grabbing the bottom band. I'm going to speed this part up just to let y'all know. Okay, I basically got to the last 3, so I'm going to show you guys how to handle it. We're going to go back through the side, grab the bottom band. Okay, and then do the same thing. We're just going to go through the side and do it like it's a normal band. So now it's like I like to like say it's like colorful rocks. Like I really think it's pretty. So now we're going to hook the border band. So you're going to go through this. Now it's a little harder because they're different colored band. Like they're the same color bands, but it's still easy. So you're going to grab the top band, which I'm going to use the technique. I know the top band is this left pin, so I just am going to go through it like just like that. If you guys have this problem, it's super easy. Okay, so now it just goes over top of this. Now you're going to grab all the bands and grab that border band. You're going to go through all the bands, grab that border band, and so on. You see how I'm doing that? I'm just going through the colorful rocks and grabbing that border band. So going through that colorful rocks and then grabbing that. A lot of people might get confused with the teardrop here. As you guys can see, this teardrop is not a band. It's just a teardrop, because you see how I brought that up? Now I'm going through the bands and I grab the bottom band. As you guys can see, I showed you from that angle. Now if you guys also have this problem, I'm going to show you how to fix it. So if you can't see it, you can just kind of tug on it like that and it will come out. And then all you have to do is try to rehook it. That's how I save that. But again, as you guys can see, this teardrop falls like that. So then go back through all your bands. Just go through all of them. Grab that and hook it. As you guys can see, this is sideways, so I'm just gonna, by the way, you guys, you don't have to do that. I'm just showing you guys that this is not a band. This is the band. It's very hard to see. This is the band we're trying to get, not this, this. So I hope that kind of made it a little bit better so y'all can not grab the wrong band. I've basically hooked this whole side, so I'm going to repeat a few of the steps, and then after that we'll go on. Okay, and then this one's a little bit easier. You just go through this and hook it to the side. By the way, I know it's overlapping, but it's still gonna look fine. As you guys can see, it doesn't look bad. So then you're gonna go back down, and I'm basically gonna speed this part up after. So you're gonna go through the last one and then go in. So I'm just going to speed this up. If you guys want to get another look at how to do it, just rewind a tiny bit. Okay, I'm at the top now again. So now I'm just gonna grab that bottom band through the rocks and hook it. Now I'm gonna grab a border band and you're gonna stick your hook through that top in the middle. Make sure all your bands are in there, and how I can tell is I pull the hook sideways and I can see nothing is like in there, basically. So like when I do that, I can see all the bands are like together. I don't know. It just looks like they're all in there. So then you're just gonna pull it through, reclaim, and then after that we can just pull it off. So I'm gonna just pull it off real quick. Okay, you guys, I pulled this off. It looks amazing. And if it looks like these are like broken, all you have to do is like scratch it all out. And if you guys haven't saw my recent tutorial, it's for a baby charm. Make sure you go watch those. It's super easy, and I think y'all will really like it. So after that, you're just gonna leave it on your hook like this. put it to the side. We're going to make the extender. Now, if you have a bigger wrist, I would say do 12, because when I do 12, it fits my wrist. That's the biggest it can go, but rubber bands are stretchy. And if you're making this for a smaller wrist, then I would go for like 5, 8, something like that. So just be mindful of the wrist, but you don't have to measure the wrist. That's not how it works. So I'm just going to show you how to do this. You're going to make sure your arrows are facing away from you. You're going to take a single band in your border color or whatever color, and you're going to go from the middle peg to the left peg, and then go upward all the way up. So, and whatever hand you're placing with, so if you're placing with your right hand, go on the right side. If you're placing with your left hand, go on the left side. That's what I do. So I'm actually a right-hander, so I hook with my right hand. That's why I'm not placing the bands with my right hand for some reason. I'm coming out with a 5-tip video as well for being a better loomer, just as tips. Okay, so after that, you're gonna leave this side. We're not going in like that, we're going all the way out. You're gonna make sure to wait on that, and you're going to take this cap band part and place it as the last band. Now you're gonna turn your loom around and just make sure this is secure on your hook. Just make sure you hold it. And we're not gonna go in here. We're gonna skip this here, and you're gonna go in the middle right here. And you're just gonna hook all the way down. Another tip I would give you is this will stay on, right? But it gets harder because then your bracelet is starting to scratch, you see? So for your bands not to break, I would say easily let this bracelet off so it's easier to hook, and it's not like, I know satisfying peels are important, but it's also important for your bracelet not to rip. By the way, if this did come off, this would be fine. Like if your bracelet did come undone like this, accidentally pulled it off until here. Like if this accidentally came off, this would still, like, your bracelet wouldn't be shattered. This is the part that would make your bracelet shattered. Anyway, then you're at the top, you're just gonna go from right here. You're gonna grab a C-clip and scratch it out here, place it on, and then pull your bracelet extender off. So it should be on your bracelet. And now here we go. Now you're gonna take your C-clip and attach it to the side that's on your hook. And here we go. Here's how my double zigzag chain bracelet turned out for you. I hope you had a good time making this, and if you guys really like this design, make sure you like the video, and make sure you like it just to support the video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2025. And make sure to just have all the notifications on, because I post almost every single day. I hope you enjoyed making this bracelet, and if someone sees you wearing this, make sure you say, I got it from Looming Panda. Thanks for watching. Thank you guys for watching, and please have a blessing day. Aubrey is out. Peace.